In other developments, the financial burden of rolling power outages on households remains under the spotlight amid the current rise in the cost of living. The financial implications of this include alternative electricity and accelerated wear and tear on appliances. Managing Director at Alumo Energy, Rein, Snoeck, Henkemans, speaks to us about this. Thank you so much for your time, Rein. Let's first highlight the glaring issues that are pertaining to the financial cost of load shedding, particularly for households we think as easily as appliances.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on the show. Yes, unfortunately, load shedding and power outages are detrimental to appliances and your devices in your house.
Having said that, then becomes a huge challenge of who bears that particular cost. Insurance companies themselves have given time limits on the number of times that one claims for such incidents.
Correct. Even last year, an insurance house released a notice to their customers that they even have to have proper surge protection put in, otherwise their claims will not be paid out. So the insurance houses are also going risk versus reward. They're an institution that has to make money, so they are clamping down on payouts at the moment.
How do we respond to that? Because it would be a gripe for most consumers in South Africa and households.
Correct. It is, I've been through it myself, that I lost appliances in my house, and I've also written an email to Eskom. That fell onto deaf ears. You can't claim through them. And my insurance house also informed me that this payout is the next one. If you don't have a certain stuff installed, we will not be paying out the following time.
It's not like hitting a pothole and damaging a tire, then subsequently claiming from a municipality or the roads agency. In this regard, though, it changes how the relationship between consumers and the insurance as well as Eskom is dealt with. A tricky balance, a sensitive one. What is it that Eskom should be at least doing in trying to mitigate?
So the problem with the surge that comes through the Eskom grid or your municipal grid is that when after load shedding the power comes back onto your neighborhood and everybody's appliances switch on at the same time. So the transformer that powers your suburb can't handle that instant impact of demand on the transformer. So you get a voltage drop, and unfortunately it counteracts, and then a surge shoots through the system, and that damages your appliances. With regards to fridges, a fridge is not made to switch on and off twice or three times a day, depending on what stage load shedding we're at.
Is there a role to play, though, for all of us as consumers when it comes to seeking that there is a measure for finding recourse here?
Yes, there is. You can install proper surge protection. I'm not saying the cheap stuff you buy just off the shelf. There's really good surge protection out there that will protect your appliances. I put one in, and touch wood, I haven't had any damages into my house. So yes, there is stuff that you can install that will help you, but they are not bulletproof. Unfortunately, the grid is very unstable at the moment. Pretoria, there's 3 suburbs been off for 3 days now. And when that comes back on, I know the demand is going to be high, and unfortunately surges will shoot through.
On the other side of this conversation, Rein, is the cost to consumers when it comes to alternative energy. In South Africa, based on the level of inequality, not everybody can afford this.
Correct. Unfortunately, a proper regulated solar solution does cost a lot of money, but there is financial instruments that you can utilize. We offer a rent-to-own system that you can pay it off over 7 years. There's other solar as a subscription. And your bank. Your bank has also now come on board that you can fund it through your home loan to get a proper engineered solar solution for your house.
What then is to be said about the sustainability of doing that?
So everybody's looking at a solar system as just to counteract load shedding. But unfortunately, the electricity price in South Africa is going up at a rapid rate, way higher than inflation. This year we've got a guaranteed 12.75 coming our way, and next year we know it's going to be much higher than that after the elections. So you must also look at the cost-saving side, and then the bonus will be that you are protected from the grid, from load shedding and that.
Lastly, let's also then talk about whether it is possible to quantify the financial cost on households and the burden that it presents in this regard.
So it's definitely worth it. I mean, we look at solar solutions that we installed on houses, and the payback is pretty much 4 years. Just on the cost saving side, that excludes protecting your devices in your house, having comfort in your household, that you can, during the suicide hours, I call it, with your kids, you can cook for them, the lights will stay on. So you've got to look at both aspects of quantifying that massive cost you put in your house, and your asset, which is your house, also increases in value when you install one of these.
Maybe it calls for an urge with regards to consumers looking at the likes of the state when it comes to tax rebates in this particular regard. Thank you for your time. Rein, Snoeck, Henkemans is MD at Alumo Energy, talking to us about the cost of load shedding on households in this country.